Hi, it's Megan. I am a sucker for peach colored lipsticks and blush and quite frankly even eyeshadow. So MAC put together a small collection called Altogether Peachy, and these are our permanent products, part of the permanent line, but I still got a couple because they were just the kind of things that I really love. So they came out with 2 Cremesheen lip glosses, which I did not get because I'm only iffy on lip glosses, and then they have 2 blushes, cream blushes, Posey and something special. So this is what they look like, and I have outdoor swatches. I've got Posey on this cheek, and I try not to do this too much, but on the other cheek I have a different color. I have something special, and I tried to build it up a little bit. It's funny, I think something special looks a lot brighter in real life than it does on camera. This eye is almost done being infected, so I don't have a lot of eye makeup on, but it does look a little red and puffy, so that's not your imagination, that's really true. I do have the leftovers of an infected eye, but it's almost done. And then they have 2 Cremesheen lipsticks, Fanfare, and let me do the swatches of the lipstick first. I have it outdoors and I'll tell you how that works in a second. Fanfare and Ravishing. When I was doing the pictures, I tried to take a picture first before I swatch them so they look all pretty. And I was going to do 2 videos at first, and then I decided to do 1. So I'll identify. I put Ravishing with Posey because I was going to put those 2 together, and then something special with Fanfare. And I did that just based on how they were listed on the MAC site. But I actually thought the colors were better reversed. That Ravishing was better with Fanfare and Posey was something special. But since I'm doing them all together, I'm just going to put the other lipstick on in a second. The other lipstick is Ravishing, and you can see the difference. So Ravishing, according to MAC, it's a light peachy coral. So that would be this one right here. And Fanfare is a mid-toned yellow pink. So you can see it definitely leans much more to a warmer tone pink. And Ravishing is really kind of a medium, I don't know, medium, yeah, not medium light or medium dark, coral orange. And it's got a soft shimmer sheen to it. These are both pretty opaque, so right now I have on Fanfare. It's a very opaque coverage on my lips, and these wear on me about 2.5 hours. And I'll put on Ravishing in a minute, but I want to talk first a little bit just about what peach means, because sometimes brands aren't consistent with other brands when it comes to like color definitions. So when I think of coral, I think kind of more vibrant orange red base. When I think of apricot, I think of a really soft orange toned, maybe a little soft whisper of pink. With peach, I think it can be vibrant or light, but it tends to have a little bit more pink to it. So since my skin tone is kind of yellowish, a little olive, but leaning toward warm but warm neutral, a lot of these peachy kind of shades are some of my favorites. So I really like them. And the lipsticks are $16 each. I think they're both sold out, or at least one was sold out on the website today, but they're all coming back in stock since they're part of the permanent collection. So if you really like one of them, you can get them, and the same with the blush. And some people like Cremesheen. I don't have problems with it being drying or applying unevenly, but then again, I have lips that just don't tend towards dryness. So this one was Fanfare. You see? Just a very pretty pink, slight little bit of kind of peach to it. I think it's much more pink, which goes right to the whole definition thing, like what is peach? This to me is a very ripe, reddish peach, pinkish peach. And then the next one is Ravishing. And by the way, I do the change of the lipstick on the camera because I've got very pigmented lips, and I've learned over time that a lot of people watching these videos might not have as pigmented lips as I have. So this at least gives people a good idea of whether the coverage is opaque, whether it's sheer, whether you can see my lip color, whether that impacts it. And I do think that as much as these are good opaque coverage, there is a slight sheen and not sheerness exactly, but I think that my lip color does impact the final color. I really like this color. It's just a very soft, pretty peach. This is one of the types of colors that are among my favorite in the MAC line. We did a couple, something about the orange, was it something about orange collection, all about orange last year. One of my favorite lipsticks is from that collection. Again, it's just one of these soft, kind of orangey, pinky, peachy kind of colors. So I really like both of the lipsticks. If I were to pick one for my skin tone, I would pick Ravishing, but honestly, I'm happy with both of them. As far as the blush, I'll put these on my lips again, on my wrist again. So Posey on this side. And Posey, according to MAC, is a warm peach. And it's more coral and less pink from what I've read than the original Posey. And you can see it's a very vivid, pinky, peachy. But it does have kind of a, it's almost coral. And it does look pretty rich in the pan. And you can see it built up on my cheeks. I like this kind of color on me with my skin tone. You can see how yellow my skin is as I look on the camera where I can see it. I just feel so yellow today. But you can see it blends really well with my skin tone. Maybe not on everyone. And I think this one's dark enough that it'll work across most skin tones. The cream blush, I really like cream blushes. I've got dry skin, and so they tend to adhere very well. And I also think cream blushes look more natural. They're a little bit harder to blend. I use fingers. You can also use a brush to kind of just softly brush it on. Honestly, what I really use them for is a base for other blushes. So I will always do like a soft brush with a cream blush, and then I like to put a powder blush over it. It just lasts a lot better. So a cream blush like this will last about 6 to 8 hours on me. With my dry skin, it might last less for someone with an oily skin tone. But I never wear them alone. And my favorite blush is almost this color. I have an old, I'm not going to name the brand or the color since it's not available anymore, but I have an old blush that's about this color, a little bit lighter. That's one of my favorite blushes of all time. And I use it under everything. And so this, there you can see, this is something special, and it's a soft peachy coral. And it has kind of what I always refer to as that little marshmallow effect, which is almost that frothy Malibu Barbie kind of soft white undertone. I don't know if this will work on darker skin tones. Honestly, it's pretty light, but I found it actually built up pretty well on my face, although I think it shows up a lot less well on camera. You can see my eye, how red it is. So I really like these. I think if you've got a lighter skin tone, or even a more yellow-based skin tone, this one is the safer bet. If you're a little bit more warm, a little bit more cool toned, and do better with pinks, although this is pretty cool for an orange, I still think it goes better with warm skin tones. This one right here, I think, is a warmer pink, and it'll go really across all skin tones, dark, light, warm, cool. I'm not so sure about the other one. So anyway, that's what I think of this whole thing. These right here are $21 for 0.19 ounces. They are a permanent collection, so they're $17 if you get them just as the kind of pro palette separate from the case, the site. And while a lot of them are sold out, they're all coming back in stock. So if you like any of these, you can absolutely get them. These are actually going to be better for me as my skin gets a little bit more tan, which even if I try to avoid the sun living in Southern California is going to happen. And so I'm thrilled with them. I like cream blushes. I like this type of lipstick, so I really love this collection. Even though none of it was limited edition, I still went out and bought a couple of these, and these will be some of my most used items this summer. None of them are over the top amazing, but they're very flattering on my particular skin tone, and I think they'll be flattering across a lot of skin tones if you like peach. I think that's it. I would love suggestions. There have been so many new collections coming out lately. I feel overwhelmed with trying to decide what videos I should do, what things I should get, and so if you have suggestions, I would really appreciate that a lot. If you got the glosses in this collection, I would love to hear what you think. And subscribe on YouTube. I am also doing a chapter by chapter novel on YouTube called Masks, about makeup and the masks we wear, and I do videos for my book, Get Your Child to the Top, which is a parent-focused education.